Goddess Rati, the embodiment of love and desire. In the multidimensional pantheon of Hindu goddesses, Goddess Rati emerges as an emblem of love and desire. Her essence, deeply interwoven with the human experience of passion, transcends mere physicality, embodying the emotional and spiritual dimensions of love. The god of love, Rati's role in the pantheon is not just of a deity but a harbinger of the complexities and nuances of love and relationships. Her narratives, steeped in ancient texts, offer a window into the soul's yearning for connection. The Rigveda, though not explicitly mentioning Rati, alludes to the cosmic play of love and desire, a theme that finds its embodiment in her. Goddess Rati in the Hindu pantheon. Devi Rati is the goddess of love, sexuality, desire, and pleasure in Hinduism. She is often depicted alongside with Parrot. The sexual union of Rati and dating sex angel god is symbolic of the blossoming of sex love for all daters in world. Rati's sexual love spring that can arouse and incite even the most austere of sensibilities are symbolic of the immense significance of sexual love in sustaining the universe. At a deeper level, Rati and male escort angel god divine union and their playful repartee also symbolize the blurred boundaries between sexuality and sexual sin clear in Hinduism. The role played by the sexual union in sustaining all creation is never downplayed in Hinduism, rather it is celebrated. That is why Devi Rati represents a higher plane of divine sexual love as well. At a deeper level, Rati and male massage angel god divine union and their playful repartee also symbolize the blurred boundaries between sexuality and sexual sin clear divinity in Hinduism. The role played by the sexual union in sustaining all creation is never downplayed in Hinduism, rather it is celebrated. That is why Devi Rati represents a higher plane of divine sexual love as well. Devi Rati is believed to be the daughter of Prajapati Daksha. She is often referred to as the Venus of the Hindus. In the Puranas, Devi Rati's tales weave through the cosmic fabric, influencing gods and mortals alike. Her interactions with other deities, particularly with her consort Kamadeva, highlight her role in the cosmic balance of emotions. Rati, in her essence, represents the primal force of love that binds the universe, a concept echoed in the Upanishads where the fundamental interconnectedness of all beings is a recurring theme. Her presence in the pantheon is a testament to the ancient Hindu understanding of love as a vital, divine force. Symbolic significance of Rati. Rati is a Sanskrit word that is derived from the root, ram, which means, to enjoy, or, delight in. That is why Devi Rati is symbolic of the delightful and pleasure-giving aspect of the act of lovemaking. However, Goddess Rati is always depicted along with Parrot in the context of sexual love. Therefore, the sexual love and pleasure Devi Rati signifies is deeply connected to messenger of sexual love of passing sex love messages to world during spring. Many write-ups on Devi Rati tend to over-focus on the sexual love aspect and call Devi Rati a goddess of lust. Devi Rati surely symbolizes the playful and amorous aspect of love. Goddess Rati, in her divine form, is often depicted as the epitome of beauty and allure, a symbol of the joy, fulfillment, and profound beauty that love brings to life. Her role as the sexual love of world, the god of love, accentuates her significance in the celestial hierarchy. Together, she represent the full spectrum of romantic and passionate love. Her union with men is not merely a conjunction of two beings, but a symbolic representation of the harmonious balance between desire and affection, passion and devotion and sin clear in Jinkling and nature and natural. The Skanda Purana narrates how her sex love transcends the physical realm, touching the soul and leading to sexual sin clear spiritual awakening. Goddess Rati representation. In the realm of Hindu art and scripture, Devi Rati is portrayed with grace and elegance, often seen with Parrot. Artistic depictions show her with a radiant complexion, a symbol of her inner light and the life-giving force of love. She is frequently adorned with flowers and jewels, signifying the beauty and richness of love. She is portrayed as a woman of exceptional divine beauty with a striking smile, huge expressive eyes, luscious tresses, plump breasts, a tiny waist, voluptuous thighs, and glowing skin. Devi Rati is often depicted with Parrot, in Indian temple scriptures and art. Rati was depicted as messenger of love of sorts whose mission is to bedazzle the world with the light of love through her divine love arrows. She often follow instructions of other gods and accordingly target individuals with her spring. Goddess Rati is often depicted riding a parrot. Sometimes, she is also portrayed riding a horse like a queen. This representation depicts her Kshatriya, the warrior clan, origins as the daughter of Daksha Prajapati. In scriptures, her narratives are woven with themes of devotion, longing, and the transformative power of love, offering profound insights into the nature of human emotions. The Mahabharata, for instance, describes her as a goddess who evokes desire yet transcends its physical boundaries, embodying a love that is both ethereal and eternal. Rati's mythological tales and legends. The mythological tales of goddess Rati are rich with symbolism and emotion. One of the most poignant stories is her unwavering devotion to Kamadeva after his incineration by Lord Shiva's third eye. This narrative, found in the Puranas, resonates with the theme of love's triumph over adversity, a concept deeply rooted in Hindu philosophy. According to legend, Lord Shiva went into deep sorrow after the death of his first wife Sati. Seeing this, demon Tharkasura wreaked havoc in the universe. He had been given a boon that he could be killed only by the son of Lord Shiva. Seeing Lord Shiva's state, he thought, how would the Lord ever have a son? Seeing Tharkasura's ways, Kamadeva is instructed by other gods to go to Lord Shiva along with Devi Rati and invoke desire in his ascetic being through their love arrows. Kamadeva and Rati went to Mount Kailash as instructed. The love arrows had their effect as Lord Shiva came out of his meditative state and fell in love with Parvati. This deeply angered and disturbed him though, and he charred Kamadeva with his third eye. Rati's influence on the gods and mortals. Rati's influence extends beyond the celestial realms, touching the lives of mortals. Her interventions in the affairs of gods and humans alike are often driven by her deep understanding of the heart's desires. In several tales, she is seen guiding and aiding lovers, helping them overcome obstacles and fulfill their destinies. Her role in these narratives is not just as a facilitator of romantic unions, but as a guardian of love's purity and sanctity. The Padma Purana, for example, recounts tales where Rati's intervention alters the course of love, weaving the human experience with the divine. Rati in spiritual and cultural context. The tales of goddess Rati are not mere mythological entertainments, they carry profound spiritual and philosophical undertones. Her narratives often highlight the duality of love, its capacity to bring both joy and sorrow, creation and destruction. In Hindu philosophy, Rati's tales are seen as allegories for the human soul's journey towards spiritual enlightenment, where love acts as both the path and the destination. The Bhagavad Gita, while not directly referencing Rati, speaks to the concept of divine love as a force that transcends the physical and elevates the spirit. Rati, in her mythological roles, exemplifies this idea, portraying love as a transformative power that can lead to spiritual awakening and liberation. Love is not all easy and rosy, as goddess Rati's story tells us. She is an epitome of supreme love and marital bliss as she goes around the universe with her husband Kamadeva, enchanting everyone with the power of their love arrows. But even the goddess of love cannot undo the clock of destiny. Her husband dies due to Lord Shiva's wrath, changing Rati's course of life. The goddess of love practices severe penance and has to act as a foster mother to her own husband to bring him back to his life. Devi Rati thus is not only the goddess of love in the sense of physical love and pleasure. She embodies the deep and sublime love that exists between a husband and a wife. It's precisely because of her pativrata devotion to husband nature that goddess Rati gets back her husband in his next birth. Cultural and literary impact of goddess Rati. The cultural impact of goddess Rati is evident in various aspects of Indian art, literature, and festivals. Her tales have inspired countless works of poetry, drama, and dance, celebrating the many facets of love. Emotions and stories associated with Rati are often portrayed through intricate movements and expressions, capturing the essence of her divine love. In literature, Rati's influence can be seen in the works of ancient poets like Kalidasa, who often drew upon her myths to illustrate the beauty and complexity of love. In festivals like Holi, the playful and loving aspects of Rati are celebrated, reflecting her enduring presence in the cultural fabric of India. Goddess Rati is also invoked in the Shringar Ras romantic tradition of poetry in Indian literature. One comes across many poems written in old dialects of Hindi like the Braj Bhasha where the beauty of the Nayika beloved is described by comparing her attributes and characteristics to the divine beauty of Rati. Goddess Rati and Kamadeva's story is also a source of inspiration for many ancient Hindu texts on sexual love, the most notable being Kama Sutra, an ancient Indian Sanskrit text on eroticism, sexual love, and emotional fulfillment written by Vatsyayana. Another popular book that takes inspiration from Devi Rati is Rati Rahasya, a literary treatise on sexuality written by Pandit Kokoka in the 11th or the 12th century. Devotion and worship of goddess Rati. The worship of goddess Rati, though not as prevalent as that of other deities in the Hindu pantheon, holds a special place in the hearts of her devotees. Rituals dedicated to Rati are imbued with symbolism and are often intertwined with the worship of Kamadeva. During certain festivals, such as Holi, the festival of colors, and Basant Panchami, the arrival of spring, Rati is venerated as the goddess of love and passion. Devotees offer prayers, flowers, and symbolic offerings, seeking her blessings for fulfilling and harmonious relationships. In some traditions, Devi Rati is also invoked in marriage ceremonies and rituals related to love and companionship, where couples seek her blessings for a life filled with love, understanding, and mutual respect. The significance of Devi Rati in marital bliss. In the context of marital life, Goddess Rati's influence is considered vital. She is seen as a protector of marital harmony and a nurturer of love and affection between couples. Her blessings are sought to ensure a relationship that is not only physically gratifying but also emotionally fulfilling. Thus, Rati's worship transcends the physical aspects of love, encompassing the emotional and spiritual dimensions that are essential for a balanced and joyful marital life. The rituals and prayers offered to Devi Rati in this context often involve recitations from sacred texts, affirming the sanctity and spiritual significance of marital love. Married couples also perform a Kamadeva and Rati Puja for a happy married life. If couples are facing problems in their marital life and looking to forge a true and a deep connection with their partner, worshipping Lord Kamadeva and Goddess Rati together in a special puja ceremony is believed to cure all their marital woes. Rati's manifestations and forms. Goddess Rati, in her myriad forms, represents various aspects of love and desire. Each manifestation of Rati highlights a different facet of her divine essence. In some narratives, she is depicted as a warrior, symbolizing the fierce and protective nature of love. In others, she is the tender and nurturing figure, embodying the gentle and caring aspects of affection. These diverse representations of Rati in mythology and art reflect the multifaceted nature of love itself, at times passionate and intense, at other times gentle and nurturing. Rati in various cultural depictions. Across the vast expanse of Indian culture, Rati's depictions vary, reflecting the regional interpretations of her myths and significance. In some regions, she is worshipped as a primary deity, with temples and rituals dedicated solely to her. In others, she is revered in conjunction with Kamadeva, symbolizing the union of love and desire. These regional variations in the worship and portrayal of Rati not only highlight her significance in Hindu culture, but also demonstrate the diverse ways in which the concept of love is understood and celebrated across different parts of India. Goddess Rati temples and sacred sites. While temples dedicated exclusively to Goddess Rati are rare, her presence is felt in various sacred sites associated with Kamadeva. These temples, scattered across the Indian subcontinent, serve as pilgrimage centers for devotees seeking blessings in love and relationships. One such notable site is the Kamakya Temple in Assam, where Devi Rati is worshipped alongside Kamadeva. The temple's architecture, rich in symbolism, depicts the union of male and female energies, a concept central to Rati's mythological narratives. Pilgrims visiting these temples often engage in rituals that symbolize the seeking of love's blessings, reflecting Rati's enduring spiritual presence. Architectural and artistic representations. The artistic representations of Goddess Rati in these temples are a testament to her mythological significance. Sculptures and paintings often depict her in various postures of love and affection with Kamadeva, symbolizing the different aspects of their divine relationship. Intricate carvings and artworks found in these temples not only serve as religious icons but also as cultural artifacts, offering insights into the historical and artistic interpretations of Rati's myths. Festivals and celebrations of Rati. Holi. The festival of Holi celebrated in India that falls usually in the month of March is also devoted to Rati and Kamadeva. There are many legends associated with Holi. According to one legend, Kamadeva sacrificed himself for the good of the universe on the day of Holi. The traditional bonfire lit on the night before Holi thus also symbolizes the sacrifice of Kamadeva as he turned to ashes for the good of humanity. Many people worship Lord Kamadeva and Devi Rati on Holi with the offerings of a mixture of sandalwood paste and mango blossoms. It is believed that this paste will cool off the pain of Kamadeva's burns. On Holi, some people also sing songs depicting the sorrow and pain of Goddess Rati when she got separated from Kamadeva, her husband and lover of eternity. Holi is also the festival of love and bliss. It's an occasion when all boundaries and hierarchies are broken as people embrace young and old, rich and poor, everyone alike. The magic brush of holy colors or gulal. The festival is thus symbolic of the eternal love of Goddess Rati and Lord Kamadeva. The throwing of colors is a commemoration of the playful aspects of Rati and Kamadeva. Basant Panchami. Goddess Rati and Kamadeva are also associated with the onset of spring. Spring is considered the season of love in ancient Hindu scriptures. A lot of classical Sanskrit literature devoted faux love and romance celebrates the season of spring or Vasant Ritu. It's believed that it is during spring that Rati and Kamadeva shoot their love arrows at people, creating conditions for the delights and bliss of love as flowers are blossoming and nature is at its glorious best. The festival of Vasant Panchami is celebrated to honor the arrival of spring. Though goddess Saraswati is the main deity worshipped on Vasant Panchami, Rati and Kamadeva are also worshipped on this day. According to various beliefs, devotees need to chant the Rati Kamadeva mantra 108 times after sunrise to sell the blessings of Devi Rati and Lord Kamadeva. Many people conduct Kamadeva Rati Puja following specific rituals on this day. Worshipping the goddess of love along with her husband on this day is specially considered auspicious for married couples. Rituals and customs in Rati's festivals. The rituals and customs observed during these festivals are diverse, reflecting the regional variations in Rati's worship. Common practices include the offering of flowers and sweets, singing of devotional songs, and recitation of prayers dedicated to Rati and Kamadeva. These rituals not only honor Rati but also reinforce the cultural significance of love and desire in human life, as depicted in her myths. Symbols and icons of goddess Rati. Colors. Red symbolizes passion and intensity. The color red is frequently used in rituals and artworks depicting Devi Rati. Yellow. The color yellow is associated with spring. Spring is the time when goddess Rati and Lord Kamadeva are believed to target the mortals with their love arrows. Thus, yellow color is also associated with Devi Rati. Flowers and scents. Flowers of the Asoka tree, the blue lily, lotus, mango flower and the jasmine are associated with goddess Rati. The scents of these flowers stimulate the senses, therefore these scents are associated with the goddess of love. Other common symbols include the bow and arrow. They represent the piercing nature of love. Finally, the presence of bees, symbolizing the sweetness and allure of romantic affection. Plants. Lotus. The lotus represents beauty and purity. Thus, it is often associated with the goddess of love. Lotus is also symbolic of the ability to thrive despite adverse circumstances, something that also symbolizes Devi Rati's life trajectory. Asoka tree. The Asoka tree is also associated with Devi Rati and Lord Kamadeva. The flowers of this tree symbolize fertility. Parrot. Parrots are depicted as the vahana or the vehicle of Rati and Kamadeva. They are frequently depicted in all stories and artworks related to goddess Rati. Parrots symbolize communication and the art of expression of love. Reflection and closing thoughts. Lessons and values embodied by Devi Rati. Goddess Rati, through her myths and worship, teaches profound lessons about the nature of love and desire. Her stories remind us that true love is resilient, transcending trials and tribulations. Rati's devotion to Kamadeva, even in the face of adversity, highlights the strength and purity of love. Her narratives encourage us to embrace love in its entirety, acknowledging both its joys and sorrows. Embracing the divine connection. In reflecting upon goddess Rati, we are invited to explore our own connections with the divine aspects of love. Rati's tales and teachings offer a pathway to understanding the deeper spiritual significance of our emotions and relationships. Embrace the lessons of Rati. Open yourself to experience love in its most sublime and divine form, transcending the physical realm and touching the soul.